I'll be introducing an amendment to the upcoming defense bill that will state, in no uncertain terms, that the President cannot use vague, out-of-date authorities to send our troops to war. 7 years ago, President Obama came into office, pledging to end the wars of his predecessor. Recently, Mr. Obama passed a somber, little-noticed milestone. He has now been at war longer than Mr. Bush or any other American president. In his last months in office, you would think President Obama might be trying to wind down the seemingly never-ending and growing series of wars. You would be wrong. President Obama said he was ending the war in Afghanistan, but he had to expand it before he could end it. And yet it has not ended. Together, Bush and Obama have now spent more than $100 billion on nation building in Afghanistan. Still, many doubt the ability of the Afghan government to stand on its own 2 feet. While our bridges crumble here at home, President Obama continues the cycle of bombing and then replacing their infrastructure. He brags about ending the Iraq War, but the war there hasn't ended. The enemy has just changed names, and the number of U.S. combat troops have grown steadily. And with what authority? This administration still continues to claim that an authorization for the use of force passed in 2001 provides the justification for continuing military actions in Iraq and Syria today. Think about it for a moment. These original authorizations were passed back when some of the men and women fighting in our current conflicts were still small children. No president, including this president, deserves this kind of extra constitutional power. Our Constitution mandates that war be authorized by Congress, period. My amendment will state that it is the sense of the Senate that the 2001, the 9/11 AUMF, and the 2002 Iraq War authorization of force do not apply to today's war in Iraq and Syria, and that if war is to continue, there must be a new declaration of war by Congress. One generation cannot and should not bind another generation to perpetual war. The cost, in lives and dollars, of the last 15 years of our foreign policy has been staggering, and the benefits, somewhere between questionable and negligible. The sacrifice we ask of our soldiers also deserves more respect. Re-examining the proper legal relationship over congressional versus executive authority is long overdue. My colleagues who have taken an oath to uphold the Constitution should support my amendment, or at the very least have the decency to debate it. We should certainly at least stand up and say, if you want new wars, you need new congressional authority. My amendment gives everyone that opportunity.